to live my life. I am pursuing dreams and I won't stop till I fly. Said I am majestic.
Hey y'all, how y'all doing? So today I'm actually gonna be doing a makeup tutorial, and here's why. Now listen, I understand I'm not a makeup artist. However, there's some signature looks that I love that I always get complimented on, and one of my new friends actually asked for a tutorial on how I do my eye makeup on one of my favorite looks. The kind of like smoky eye, if you will, kind of like a soft smoky eye, so it's not like really like glam. It's kind of just like, oh, there's smoke there. So the products that I'm going to be using are my regular products. I'm not using anything crazy, especially they are cost effective. Excuse my hands because I just washed my hands like 3 times. So my foundation is the L'Oreal Infallible, right? Yeah, Infallible 24-hour wear, and it's in the color 530. And then I have e.l.f. The 2 camo concealers. So one is a hydrating camo concealer and a satin finish, and then the other one is a 16-hour camo concealer and matte finish. So the satin finish one is in a deep caramel. That's my lighter color. And then the camo, the matte finish is in a deep cinnamon, which is my darker color, which I'll show you where that's going. I usually highlight, of course, the lighter color concealer under my eyebrow, even though I haven't done wax and everything, but lighter under the eye, and then on the outer end, and then darker here and here. So I'm gonna do that, and then when I get to the eyeshadow and stuff, I'll kind of slow it down. But I just have a regular old dollar store nude. I know this is like forbidden with the makeup world, I'm sorry, okay, but like a nude type color, LA Colors nude palette. I don't really know, you see it's that old. I have a rubber band on it, like I have to get another one. And then I'm also using Black Radiance True Complexion Loose Setting Powder. Really good. I've had this for a while, but it lasts a long time, and it's in Cocoa Kisses. And then I have a LA Colors highlight palette. It's just regular highlight, and Falsies Volume Express Waterproof Max Mascara by Maybelline, New York. So I'm gonna do my regular, and when I get to the eyes, this is a freshly washed face. I use Cetaphil facial cleanser. Ooh, I am ashy. Cetaphil facial cleanser, and they also have a hydrating like a moisturizer, like a light moisturizer for your face. So that's what I use also. I don't know why I thought that little bit of shea butter was gonna get my whole hands. I can't be on here dry now. Let's see my wrist. That good old shea butter, raw shea butter is the best thing. Ding. Okay. All right, that does the job. Just don't get none of that on your face. At least me, because I have kind of oily skin in certain places. So like, also, I figured out. So here, I have dry skin. Here oily, here oily. So I have a combination skin. So oil in the T-zone, and then drier here and regular here. It's just, I'm a combo. All right. I'm going with my deep caramel. Like I said, I'm gonna just use my spoolie up and out for the brows. Okay. Just comb them a little bit. And I don't use a whole lot, but I like to. It looks like a lot of product, but honestly, it's not gonna be a lot just because we're gonna blend it down. What I love about this though is you can make your eyebrows look how you want them to. unfortunately, the tech that I went to the last time for my eyebrow waxing messed me up, but not very much, so I can mask it with my makeup. Leave that for later. So that was the deep caramel. Now we're going in with our deep cinnamon, because I don't want to be bright. I just want to be highlighted a little bit. And you're just putting it in the however you want your eyebrows to be. There we go. Okay. Now over here is where I got the mess up. Like, she took a little bit too much off on the end part. But as you can see, I did it straight across just like the other one, so I can fill that in. And I'm putting a little bit of the darker one because I don't want this to be so bright. Okay. Won't need that anymore. Now, listen, unorthodox, but I'm using eyeshadow, black eyeshadow, just a little bit to fill in my eyebrow. I don't like a heavy fill, so it is going kind of light. I'm not pressing down at all. I'm just sweeping it in the direction and in the shape that I like my eyebrow. That's it. So that's the one that's not filled, that's the one that is. So it's pretty light. Don't want to press down too much, but I do want to make it bold enough that it's not regular. Okay. Alright, so they are, I think that one's a little bit darker. That's okay. They're cousins. Okay, great. I'm gonna use this really fast. Let me see. The good thing is you can always fix it if it's not how you want it. Right now, it's fine, right? Okay. Boom, we got eyebrows. Alright, and this is not going to take me more than maybe like 20 minutes. I don't do a whole bunch of nothing. Okay, boom. Now I need to get this in here. Now I'm using... Okay, great. I'm using a fluffy brush. This is, I forget the brand, but it's a 200, RT 200. And it's like fluffy kind of brush, but not too, like not too firm, not too soft, like right in the middle. And here, I'm just gonna dab away, because you're gonna end up, I put concealer on the outside as well, but I only put a little bit under, kind of to get those circles from under the eyes. What I like to do is go outward. I don't know if that's a thing, but hello. Okay, so story time. You ever give somebody your number? I mean, to be polite and to see how it goes, and then it just goes like a nail in the foot. Like the most pointless conversation, but I was very nice. The person was nice. Everything was okay, except he didn't know how to talk to people. So anyway, you know, moving forward. Right now you're going to see me just blending in everything. At this point, you've already concealed and stuff like that, at least for me. This is the best time for you to fix your eyebrows. Make sure everything is blended nicely. Now, as you can see, the concealer is very light. Not extremely light, but it's able to be blended so that it's just a nice foundation for my foundation. So yeah, just blend, make sure everything looks good, because once you put on the foundation, you have less opportunity to correct. You'll see I just keep blending, and making sure everything is perfect. I always pay a lot of attention to my eyebrows because I like to make sure that they are nice. And a tip, of course, that someone gave me previously is that they are sisters, not twins. So, maybe they're cousins. Sometimes they become cousins. I don't really know. But just make sure that you have it the way that you want it before you put on your foundation. It's not always necessary to put concealer on your eyes. I find that it helps me. It helps to keep my eye makeup on a little bit longer. And yeah, so it just kind of gives a firmness. As you can see, I did not want to talk to this person, and I'm trying to carry on the conversation, but it's hard when you're just talking to yourself. So that's a lesson, even for myself. Sometimes I don't really talk, but I've learned that when I don't feel like talking on the phone, I just won't pick up. I used to feel like I had to, because I do respect people's time. But yeah, if I don't want to talk to a person, I just don't pick up. Or if I don't know what to say, because sometimes that happens, we're human. I just don't pick up. But I did try to carry on the conversation. And the young man was nice. But like I said, he just wasn't my cup of tea. So anyway, back to the makeup. Yeah, brushing the eyebrows, making sure that they're looking okay. And I still didn't get them exactly how I wanted them, but they were good for me. They were a little bit on the dark side. So like I said, this is the time when you correct your mistakes. And that's exactly what I was doing. I was just taking some of the filling off. It's just a little eyeshadow, whatever, but it is what it is. I like them at the end of the day. So now I'm gonna go in with a little bit more concealer in that spot where I didn't get the arch quite right, and I'm gonna just correct it. Yeah, for whatever reason, this worked for the part that I didn't like. So when I looked in the mirror, I was like, oh, okay, cool, this works. All right, now I'm about to get ready to go in with my nude palette. It's a LA Colors palette, but if you just have any type of nude palette, it's like a light sandy color. I really don't know what the color of it is. From that palette, just on the entire lid, well, not the entire lid, but just over the eyeball part. I don't really know what this is called, but just that lighter sandy color. From the inside out. That's what I like to do. And I know I'm looking a little crazy, but I do it by the feel of it all. And then I look in the mirror, but from the corner, the inside corner of your eye to the outer side, because again, with this look, it's going to be a little bit smoky on the outside. So, it really doesn't matter how much of that light color you get on the outside, because you're going to cover it anyway with the, by blending in the darker shade. So that was a light sandy situation. Now I'm using my crayon box of crayons from the Crayon Case makeup company. Love them. A little bit of the same black that I use for my eyebrows. Nothing crazy. Like I said, I'm not a makeup artist, but I just do what works for me. So then I go with the darker shade. I go from the outer corner inward. And I don't go on the eyelid. I go kind of over the crease part, and kind of just lightly blend it from the outer corner inward to about the middle of my eye on both sides. And I do this before I do my foundation. I don't know, some people I've actually seen do their foundation first and then do their eyebrows and then do their eyeshadow and everything. I don't like that. I find that it's better for me to do the foundation after I've completed my eyes, because I spend so much time on my eyes. And if I make a mistake or anything, I have time to correct it before I put on my foundation and also the last layer of concealer to, do all the good things, which you'll see soon. Definitely not feeling this conversation at all. Like, he literally was just talking to me while I was doing my makeup, and I wasn't even mean to him, honestly. I was listening to him, but a lot of it was his own personal dialogue that he was trying to figure out. So like, this whole time that I'm standing here, like, I'm listening to him talk to himself about what he should talk to me about, and I don't know. It just wasn't giving what it was supposed to give. All right, so I'm just going in a little bit. I think I put a little bit of blue in here. I'm not really sure, but just going in again. I wanted it to be a little bit darker, smoky, so did that. Started feeling myself. And you kind of just do it until it's how you want it. Some people like a really, 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 smoke soot look. Personally, I like a little smoke, but not, chain smoker. I like a little, like, I just started the habit type smoke. Anyhow, if that's offensive to anyone, I do apologize. It's not meant to be. Now, going in with my little fluffy brush on the upper part of my eyelid, right under my eyebrow, is just it's my skin tone. So it's a neutral for my skin tone, just under the brow, just a teeny bit. You see, I didn't do hardly anything, just so to make sure that light concealer is not as prominent, and it just looks flush with my skin. So that was a tiny bit. Now I'm about to go in with my foundation, and I'm just using my little sponge beauty blender, they call it, to dab. This is what I've seen anyway. Dab on your foundation so that you're not like dragging the rest of the product that you already put on your face around. And also it helps to use the smaller tip of the beauty blender, in my opinion, just so you can get in those corners and not mess up your eyebrows, not mess up your eye makeup, anything like that. And then after I get it all around, then I do use it to lightly blend it down and out. So on my cheeks, I usually go up and around, and then on my chin, I'll go from the bottom up, so from the chin up towards cheekbones. I hope I'm not lying on myself right now. Yeah, so still dabbing a little bit, but I do drag the blender like up so that my cheeks will stay beautiful and young. At least that's the thought. Make sure you're getting around the nose, over the lip, all the different places, making sure you're blending it however you do it that's best for you. That's how you do it. I don't like to use a whole lot of makeup because I don't like to look like I'm cake face unless I'm doing like a photo shoot or something, and then I'll do a little bit more makeup. But I just like it to look kind of natural, with a little pizzazz. The major part of doing your own makeup, just have fun. Like, don't be too serious about it. You know how you like to look, and if you learn some new skills, do that. Just have fun. Your face is a canvas, and it's something that you can be grateful for. Even if you don't feel like it's perfect, no face is perfect, but you have the opportunity to do things to make yourself feel good. So just have fun. So right here, I don't do eyelashes because I just haven't learned that skill yet. But I like my eyelashes, so I just use a little regular mascara. It doesn't matter, in my opinion, what kind of mascara you use. I'm just using the mascara that I told you guys in the beginning, the falsies. And not even a whole lot. I don't like the spider look on my eyelashes, excuse me. So just enough to help them stand out, especially when I have a lighter foundation on the inner corners of my eyes, it kind of makes because my eyes are chinky, so it makes my eye stand out a little bit more. And then when you put the mascara, it helps to actually help your eyelashes to be seen, because if you don't put mascara, then it just looks like you don't have eyelashes, which, hey, if that's the look you're going for, cool. If not, hey, you have the option of mascara. If you know how to do eyelashes, go for it. All right, now I'm going in with my last dabbing of my concealer, and again, that's the deep caramel, the lighter color. I just do a little bit in the T-zone over the cheeks, because that's definitely where I'm oily at, and then up onto my forehead, right in the middle, and over the bridge of my nose. And I'm using that fluffy brush again to just dab it. Do not drag it, because you don't want to move the foundation or anything else that you've already put on there. Just dabbing that in, and as you can see, I'm just blending it in nicely. It doesn't take much, because again, we didn't put on a whole lot of product. It's really just to give some support to the setting powder, the Black Radiance. Yeah, so just to give it a little bit of something to stick to. It's important not to smile or bust up your face while you're putting on that last layer of concealer, because you don't want to get the creases in the concealer. The purpose of the concealer is to make it look blush and like nice and smooth, a nice smooth finish. So you don't want to do that before that is dry. Now we're going in with our Black Radiance setting powder. I also use a small fluffy brush. I only use this brush for the setting powder only. I don't use it for anything else at all. And I'm just dabbing it in at first, and then all the reserve setting powder I just rub right on lightly around my entire face, but definitely getting it in that T-zone first to make sure we're getting over that concealer that we just put in. When I say light, I mean light, like no pressing whatsoever, just kind of dusting it. And then on my cheeks, I'm not as careful, because it's just the cheek and the chin, and it's a little bit easier, but definitely you don't want to press so hard around where you just put that concealer, because then you could kind of crack it, and it's just, for me, it isn't good. It's just not a good situation. Still trying to talk to this person. So yeah, get your concealer in, not concealer, setting powder. And you really don't need a lot. That's the one thing I did learn. You don't need a whole lot of setting powder. You just need enough that it will cover, those high areas, like your cheeks and your forehead where you need it. And then you can just kind of use the reserve. I did do a light under eye line. If you want to do that, that's fine. If you don't, that's fine. Like I said, my eyes are chinky, so I like to outline them just a little bit to kind of make them stand out a little bit more, open them up some. Yeah, so I didn't even put any extra product. I really just left the same product that was on there for my eyebrows. I used that, just the leftover. I don't have to put anything extra, because I didn't want a super dark line at all. And I didn't mention in the beginning, I think it's really and definitely important when you're like, this is beginner makeup in my opinion, you're having fun, you're trying to learn, make sure your hair is out of the way, and make sure that you don't put a whole bunch of product around your edges prior to doing your makeup, just because sometimes, like, I've made the mistake of rubbing the hair products onto my face as I'm doing makeup, and then you have to start all over again. So try to make sure that your hair is, if you're doing your edges, do them prior to doing the makeup, and get them tied away. The last thing I did was just do a little bit of highlight on my cheeks, and then we also have to set our face after the dance break. we have to spray our face with some setting spray. And I'm actually using, I believe it's a cucumber setting spray. I forget. Oh, it's from Wet n Wild. Wet n Wild cucumber. It's a primer, set, and prep spray, whatever. I like all of them from the entire collection. And this board is literally reserved for me to fan my face after I sprayed it with setting spray. So that's the look, people. That is it. My little makeup tutorial. I hope it's helped you. I've had fun. See you later.
Three hours later.
Hey y'all, how y'all doing? So it's Saturday night and I decided to come and surprise my best friend. She only lives like 30 minutes away from me, but I never usually get across the bridge to come see her because I be doing stuff. So she doesn't know that I'm outside her house right now. And I'm about to go. I'm parked wrong and everything. She has a terrible street, but I digress. So I'm about to go up to the door right now and go surprise her. I'm gonna have to call her because it's cold. Hey Siri, call Key.
Calling Key Bestie.
What are you doing? Get out your bed and come open the door. Only best friends can do this. I'm actually the type of friend that you can kind of drop in on as long as I'm home, but some people aren't. My best friend doesn't have a choice. Any day, the marshal come to carry me home, carry me home. You need a doorbell. Hi, best friend. It's on me. Hi, best friend. I came to surprise you. Okay, bye, y'all. Wait.